One of the most famous tourist attractions in London is the Royal Guard, whose primary function is to protect the royal family members and their official residence at Buckingham Palace in the United Kingdom. These soldiers, with their imposing presence and traditional uniforms, draw the attention of spectators from around the world, remaining unfazed before the cameras of tourists. But here's the question: what is the limit of their discipline in the face of annoyances? The Royal Guards are untouchable by law. That's right, it's forbidden to touch a Royal Guard. Just because they look like statues doesn't mean they can be treated as one. They are performing an important and ancient duty.
Do not touch the Queen's Guard!
These guards are only allowed to march from side to side after being immobile for at least 10 minutes. It's reasonable that these guards are not in the greatest of moods and have little patience for disrespectful tourists. You can look, but don't touch. These royal guards stand in small booths, mounted on their horses around Buckingham Palace. There are several obvious warnings about the unpredictable nature of the horses. Tourists often insist on taking pictures very close to the horses, even going as far as holding the reins, which is completely prohibited.
Step back from the Queen's lifeguard! Not touch the reins!
This behavior is usually followed by a loud scream saying, "Stay away from the Queen's personal guard. Don't touch the reins."
Step back to the King's lifeguard!
But the Royal Guards don't shout because they're annoyed. In reality, they take all incidents seriously and want to ensure that visitors have a trouble-free experience. This photo area is very crowded, and sometimes the soldiers need to shout even louder for people to hear them.
Get off the rein! Get off the rein!
The Royal Guards are combat soldiers, not mere decorations.
Get back to the King's lifeguard!
Tourists are fortunate because they often treat the Royal Guards as decorations without realizing just how trained and dangerous they are.
Get off the rein!
Imagine this scene: a soldier trained to protect royalty, eager to go to the bathroom, and having to endure disrespectful tourists mocking him. Warnings are serious, don't play them off. There are moments when just a look is enough. Miss, you crossed all the lines. Do not touch the Queen's Guard. They practice fainting. This is definitely a very stressful profession. The guards are required to stand or march in a super hot uniform, and they can't even faint normally. Wearing the full uniform on a hot day makes many Royal Guards faint while performing their duties. That's why they're required to maintain the same behavior, even if they feel they are close to fainting. Disciplined fainting is practiced during job preparation, which involves making soldiers fall in a straight and face-down position. In one exercise known as the Colonel's Review, at least 3 Royal Guards fainted as the temperature reached around 31 degrees Celsius. More than 1,400 officers participating in the event were dressed in wool tunics and bearskin hats, which increased the feeling of heat substantially. This is not a job for just anyone. It's best to keep a safe distance from them. Always remember that the Royal Guards will follow protocol to the letter, no matter what. You should always maintain a safe distance from these professionals. Little Maisie Gregory, just 6 years old, likely had the most exciting moment of her life when she participated in a tribute to Queen Elizabeth II in Cardiff, Wales. However, she ended up receiving a strong strike to the face when the guard was following his protocols. The sweet girl waited for the British Queen to leave and, unable to contain her disarray, ran into her mother's arms. The Queen was unaware of the incident. As soon as the Queen got into her car and exited the event, the guard went to apologize to Maisie and her mother. Fortunately, the girl was left uninjured. It is impossible for Royal Guards to laugh. Some people don't understand the meaning of the word respect and seem to not understand the consequences of their actions. In one instance, a girl performed a somewhat peculiar dance, trying hard to get a laugh out of the Royal Guard. However, as we know, these professionals are not even allowed to crack a smile. In fact, if a superior catches a guard smiling, they could be suspended for a few days and face salary deductions amounting to around 275 British pounds. That's right, a little smile or laugh can be costly. The guard did what he could. He moved away from the tourist.
I love you.
They react proportionally to the level of provocation.
Get off the fence!
The guards are far from mere decorations of royalty. In fact, they are highly trained soldiers, many with extensive combat experience, and even more. Only the best of the best are chosen. Do Royal Guards really fight against tourists? As we've discussed, the soldiers tasked with guarding the kingdom are unique individuals, often the target of curiosity from tens of thousands of tourists.
Make way for the Queen's Guard!
A video circulating on social media shows these guards acting against tourists who insult them. It may seem real at first sight, but it isn't. This video is the work of a channel that showcases social experiments and street theater with professionally paid actors, demonstrating to the public that these professionals are actually trained both physically and mentally to handle daily interactions with tourists in addition to their duties of protecting royalty. The royal horses choose whom they like and dislike. Not touching the royal guard's horse is a basic rule of etiquette and respect, especially because touching the horses of the guard can distract them, posing a safety risk to the royal family. Additionally, the royal guard's horses are highly trained and sensitive animals, and any unwanted contact can cause them discomfort. Beyond that, horses can bite those they don't like and optimistically accept those they do. They are trained soldiers, but they are still human. There are tourists who approach them with good humor and even manage to get a shy smile from the royal guard.
Has not a name. Please say your name. And by recess, you know, you're just this guy hanging out. His mother always picked him up from school. You know, he's that type of guy until he was 20. His mother picked him up from school.
Although they're officially not allowed to, sometimes even the most disciplined soldiers can't help but crack a smile. Let's hope he didn't get fined for it. They are, indeed, an inspiration for many. Although the royal guards are famous for maintaining an emotionless demeanor and generally not interacting with the public, they have a difficult job full of rules that, for most of us, don't make much sense at all. There are many European children who dream of being like them, and sometimes these little ones even manage to make the guards break protocol in response. Watch these royal guards being an inspiration to all. That's all for today, and don't forget to subscribe to Royal Guard Heritage. See you next time.
Thank you very much. You're right. Maybe look at the way. Don't have the way.
Good evening, young man. How are you? Good? Looking very smart today. Culture guards, though. Like Scots guards. Your shoes looking lovely and as well, so, you know, well turned out. Perfect, thank you.